Hey everyone, welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Flash, and today is going to be all about finding the early value in the AFC prior to the draft. That meaning that we want to get our stuff together and we will not see bigger prices in a few weeks once the draft's done. I'm with the three wise men. I've got Donnie, Teddy, and Drew. That's gold, frankincense, and myrrh they will be bringing me. I don't know which one's going to be bringing me the myrrh, though, but I'm going to start with the AFC East. And no Tom Brady. Donnie, you can take it away.
It's an interesting division, and it's a great division to talk about here because you're looking at, from what I'm looking at right now, Five Dimes Offshore, Buffalo Bills plus 117 to win the division. How about that? A team other than New England Patriots favored to win the division. The Patriots actually coming in at plus 133, followed by the Jets plus 7-90 and also 11-20 for the Miami Dolphins. Just looking at overall odds heading into the draft, I got to tell you right now, I still like the New England Patriots odds at plus 133. Still have the best coaching staff in the NFL, the best overall coach of all time in the NFL, in elite defense, and I think they're still going to make changes at the quarterback position. If we're just looking at that price here, right around that 130 range, that's if they're probably going into the season with Jarrett Stidham and just being happy with that. I think they're going to make a move for a veteran quarterback, and I think, Flash, you're more likely to see those odds go lower, meaning the plus 33 down to maybe plus 120, as opposed to seeing after the draft, those odds go to plus 150 or so. I like the New England Patriots with those odds here, Flash.
Drew, this is an absolute home game for me, the AFC East, and I've got to stay away at the moment for some reason. I'm thinking, do I look a gift horse in the mouth? And I cannot remember the last time I saw the Patriots at plus money prior to the season. I can't remember when they were under 11 wins. How do you find any value? And are you going to fade the Patriots?
I certainly don't have any confidence that Jarrett Stidham is going to be the guy. So that definitely shakes my confidence in the Patriots. And I'm not going to I really don't have any strong opinions of what's going to go on in this division. And but I do think that there is a pretty clear play to be made relative to the draft. And I think it's the Miami Dolphins to win the AFC East. And I think it's on the basis of this team is absolutely loaded to the gills with draft capital right now. They could do all kinds of funny things on draft, over draft weekend. They are at a minimum. We know that they are going to accumulate a ton of young talent on a team that has already made a lot of moves this offseason to bring in, important pieces. It's still, huge question mark who's going to be the starting quarterback for this team. Are they going to be any good? Yeah, all that is true. But they've done a really nice job of accumulating good young talent across the board in this squad. And they're going to have, major names coming off the board draft day that are going to help, add to that. I don't think you can say the same for the Bills. The Bills, largely given away most of their draft capital to get the likes of Stephon Diggs and, some of the other trades that they've made in years past. So they're going to be pretty quiet. Patriots, I can't see them making a move other than maybe drafting quarterback of the future or something like that. That just shakes my confidence instead of even more. And the Jets, to me, it's a team that needs way too much to be competitive. And I just don't have any confidence or faith in the Adam Gase, administration top to bottom. On the flip side, it does seem like the Dolphins have a plan. It does seem like they have a head coach who can, absolutely get the most out of his players. So, with the price being what it is, and with maybe there being some enthusiasm from the market standpoint after we see what talent they accumulate, I think Dolphins are the play in the East.
Teddy, we've got a little vote for the Dolphins, which I didn't think I'd be hearing, but with 3 first-round picks, if they do a good job and they don't trade them off, then the plus 1,300 is an obvious play.
Well, not for me. I don't disagree with anything that Drew said. That said, my whole thought process in this division is there's 3 teams that can win it and 1 team that can, and the 1 team that can is Miami. Miami was a long way off from being a competitive football team last year, and everyone looked past them, and Flores coached them up, and they won a couple games. I'll give them credit for what they did down the stretch because they kept playing hard. But you ask me who has more holes, Miami or the Jets. Miami's got holes on every position group. Who's the best quarterback in the division right now? I'm going to put my money on Sam Darnold. Okay. My money's on, and I understand the Jets have holes. It's a division with a lot of holes. Okay. But what I'm looking for at this stage of the offseason is I want numbers I'm not going to be able to get somewhere else down the line, and I want live long shots. This is not the time for me to be laying -1, a buck and a quarter, -$2 with any favorite. I'm not going to fade New England. I won't do it. I remember Bill Belichick getting to 11 wins with Matt Castle at quarterback, okay? A guy who never, at no point in the remainder of his career, did he do anything for anyone. Belichick got that guy to 11 wins. I will not sell New England short, but I do think that the Jets have potential as a live long shot to be Patriots or Jets for me.
Teddy, Donnie, Drew, just one word answer. I'll start with you, Teddy. Do we see anything coming out of the AFC East that goes deep into the playoffs?
No.
Donnie?
Nope.
Donnie,
I take under. Yeah.
Drew?
I would take under a half playoff wins for the AFC East.
Okay, yeah, we're going to leave that AFC East because you go against Bill Belichick, but everything points to just leave it well alone. Now, it's not the same case when you go across to the AFC North, where you've got the Ravens. Everybody thought that they were going to be the hot ones, and I remember the man in the middle of your screen actually put them up very, very early last year at a massive number. I did tell him, to be honest, but we didn't really get the cash that we were expecting with about 3 or 4 weeks to go. I'm going to start with you, Drew. The Ravens at -200. You can get just a little bit better than that as well in a place. They are surely an absolute shoo-in for this division.
Yeah, no, I think that's realistic, and the price is probably a little short because people are hesitant to lay big numbers. And when you have 6 months to catch up on these. So that said, there are some of our offshore friends who have prop markets where you can parlay some of these, and we'll get to the AFC West in short order here, but it's very, very difficult for me to look past Baltimore and Kansas City in the AFC writ large. And you can put those two together in a parlay or an ACA or you name it as far as props go and get yourself a little bit better price. And I don't know any other way to attack this division because I really don't think you can expect much from Cincinnati with a new quarterback and not really any time to get him caught up to speed with Pittsburgh and Big Ben, and his elbow is an enormous question mark. His fitness is an enormous question mark. Who they have as a backup is, probably we learned last year is a complete, no show, no go, which leaves the Browns. And, to be honest, what we saw from Baker Mayfield last year wasn't anywhere close to, the type of progression you like to see out of a first overall quarterback. And they're bringing in a new coach and a new system. And meanwhile, the Ravens have done everything right this offseason. They've fortified all of their weaknesses. They've doubled down on some of the concepts and some of the ideas that really made this team tick over the last couple of seasons. And I really have a tough time seeing them coming, even having much of a competition for this AFC North, just based on the talent, based on the scheme, and based on the teams that they're going up against.
Teddy, it's an obvious tick for the Ravens, but can we find any value in laying the Steelers and the Browns? The Browns, their number is 8.5 wins in the regular season. I've got to go under that.
I don't. If I'm taking a shot in this division, it's going to be on Cleveland because the talent's there for Cleveland. Okay. I mean, Pittsburgh may be live too. I mean, we've all seen that crazy picture of Big Ben where he looks like, Tom Hanks from when he's shipwrecked on the island
Castaway.
for 3 years.
Yeah.
But both Pittsburgh and Cleveland, the Steelers' defense was dynamite last year. They still have skill position talent. Their offensive line is not a disaster. And if Big Ben can come back and play, Pittsburgh may be live in this division. Cleveland, again, the hot team last year that underachieved. We liked the teams that were, the talent was there. All kinds of other things fell apart for Cleveland last year. But guess what? The talent's still there. The skill position talent, the defensive talent. Man for man, you can make a case that the Browns roster is every bit as good as the Ravens roster. All that said, this is one off season where the organizations matter more than ever. And you want to rank organization in the NFL? I mean, it's Patriots and Ravens at the top. I don't care how you rank them, 1, 2, 2, 1. Those are the two best organizations they have been for more than a decade. Cleveland, not so much.
Donnie, I want to fade the Steelers, and just on the fact that I don't see Big Ben seeing out the full season. And the Browns, perennial, they just let you down. They're almost like the Atlanta Falcons to you all over again. So under 8.5 with the Browns, and obviously we're going to go with the Ravens.
I'm going to lean on what Teddy's saying there. The Cleveland Browns, man for man, roster for roster, stack it up against anybody in the NFL. It's extremely talented. And it feel like you cut the head off the snake list. You're getting Freddie Kitchens out of here. So you get that nice, fresh start heading into the season. And also, yes, I do agree with a little bit of a stumble for the Pittsburgh Steelers because you're going into a little bit of an unknown, an aging quarterback that's coming off of an arm injury. Not really something you want to factor or you want to try to get behind when we're not playing in a lot of domes here. You're talking about cold weather football in November, December, and winning in the playoffs. And a quarterback that might not be able to deliver the footballs that you need. But the one team that I think brings up some interesting perspective here, and Drew brought it up as well, -175 to -200 on the Baltimore Ravens. You say, boy, I really don't want to take that price because you do like to get some long shots on value. But if we're talking up to the draft or even past the draft, 175 almost seems like a steal right now because you're talking about a team that fortified their defense that was already really good. Another year of passing, another offseason, another chance to get better for Lamar Jackson being a quarterback in that system. And let's not forget, a lot of times we see teams that are going for it, right? Like the Los Angeles Rams. You say, well, their talent's there. Boy, they can't even stockpile anything. Look at the Ravens draft coming up. A first-round pick, 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4 on an already stacked team. If they add another few elements to wide receiver, a tight end, or can fortify that offensive line, this is a really good football team. So 175 right now could turn easily to me in the -225.
Yeah, 175 is an absolute shoo-in. I think I don't see anything other than the Ravens win, and I don't see one of these sides below them getting a wild card. That's the AFC North, and we found the value. It doesn't look it, but come 6 months' time, it will be unbelievable value to get the Ravens. And when we go with the AFC West, go with the Ravens, go with the Chiefs, put them together, and just don't complicate it. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Donnie. And thank you, Teddy, the Three Wise Men. Until next time, we'll see you again soon.